Hello, welcome to this month's sales tip, the sales tip for July 2015. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here in front of this thing, which is clearly a fence. Not a very high one though, is it? It's not going to stop many people getting in, but it's not meant to. It's meant to stop otters getting in. This is actually a proper otter fence, and you find these around fisheries such as the lake you can probably see behind me, where angling clubs have invested significant amounts of resource to stock the lake, and they want to protect their investment. They want to protect it from predation. So these otter fences, even though they're quite expensive to actually erect all the way around a big lake like this, it's worthwhile doing because it protects your investment in the longer term. And what has this got to do with sales, you're probably asking yourself? Well, for those of you who deal with key accounts, a massive amount. Now let's think about this. Key accounts are going to be your big strategic accounts, and by definition they're going to be the ones that your competition are focusing on as a priority. Those are going to be the ones that are constantly under attack. They need to be ring fenced just the same way that this otter fence ring fences valuable fisheries. You need to protect these things, and you do that by implementing what we call lock-in strategies. Now, lock-in strategies are strategies that you adopt which are to the benefit of both you and the customer, and they're strategies which mean that actually removing yourself from the relationship from the customer's perspective can be quite difficult. They're very willing to go into these kind of strategies because they're of benefit to the customer, but it locks the relationship in, and that's what tends to help to ring fence and protect those important strategic accounts. Let me give you a couple of examples. I know of a company that provides chemical input to one of their clients, a production process, and what they've done is all around the UK they've installed automated computer operated systems which monitor the levels of the input that they provide. Now that's a great benefit to the customer because at no time do they overorder, so they don't have excess stock on any sites around the UK, but it also means that they never run out. They can be delivered constantly on a just-in-time basis. From the point of view of the key supplier, it's a really good lock-in strategy. It's ring-fence the account, because to actually change all that system now and move to another supplier would be such a huge job. You just wouldn't do it. I've seen organisations actually implement long-term joint marketing plans to actually increase the size of the market for the key account. Now that's good news for the key account because they're going to win more business as a consequence, but clearly if you are a provider of an input to that key account which is growing, your sales will grow also. It's a mutual win-win strategy. It's something the key account would probably welcome in terms of an activity, but it helps to ring fence the account because it's a long-term thing and it helps to lock in the relationship. So for those of you who deal with key accounts, this month's sales tip is one about getting you to think about these things, because there's no one answer to this. What the lock-in strategy is going to be for you depends on your industry, but more specifically the needs and requirements of each individual key account. But here's the key point. If you have got key accounts and right now you haven't developed any lock-in strategies, we know they're going to be under attack as a priority from your competition. What's to stop them moving? This month's tip: if you haven't already devised first of all, but then implemented a lock-in strategy for your key accounts specific to each individual account, then my really strong recommendation is that that's what you should do. Look forward to seeing you next month. Tim Royds here, Director of Highclear. Don't forget, providers of B2B sales consultancy and sales training services, both in the UK and internationally. See you in August.